Hello, folks, and welcome to another Let's Talk. I'm Black Templar, and today we're going to be talking about the recent reveals from the Nova Open. Now, if you don't know what the Nova Open is, it is a massive tournament that happens once a year, same as the Las Vegas Open, and usually Games Workshop will show some releases. And boy, did they show some. But there is also some controversy. But let's get to it, shall we? So the first one I'm going to show off is this slot here, as you see right in front of you, the Space Marines. Now, this is part of the Lost Battle of Orgrimmar, which is basically we got new Primaris Terminators, Chaplains. We've got also the Jump Troopers with chain weapons, like combat weapons. Finally, we also have a new Hero Squad and a new Scout Squad. So basically, nothing new there, guys. It's really just increasing the range of the Primaris range, which we all knew this was coming with the fact that that the old Marines are leaving. These are going to be the new Marines are going to take their place. So it's basically a like for like trade. Am I happy about it? Not really, but it's progress. Now, if we go in here, we also have been confirmed that the new rulebook with 93 data sheets. So we knew this was coming. The new Spacing Codex. Now, I am hoping that all their stats and rules go on the app as well, because to be honest, even though I'm playing Tabletop Sim with my good buddy Oath on these games, I'm not 100% sold on the new 40k rounds, to be honest, because I've kind of been having more fun with all the way to Horus Heresy, and I'll get to Horus Heresy in a minute because they had a few releases. So let's move on to the next one, because since we're going to segue into that. Horus Heresy, we now have a plastic Dorito Dreadnought, so that means it's another Dreadnought that's leaving, Forge World. Which is kind of now hold credence now that a lot of the Dreadnoughts and some of the Knights are leaving Forge World and they're going to plastic. And I have to admit, I do like the look of it, and to be honest, I'm happy that this is happening now, because I am thinking of doing a Horus Heresy army, and I picked my Legion actually, but I was waiting for certain models to come out so I can, grab them. And this is one of the models I was looking at, and so now that it's made of plastic, it's now made my job a lot easier. And we also have the new, this new armor set here, the Mark 6, which, sorry, is a new Mark 3, the new Mark 3 Tactical Marines. So let's have a look at them. I like the style. I mean, these are in plastic as well. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the spike helmets, but if you're Death Guard, you're going to love it. But I'm not a big fan of the spiky helmets. But then again, the faction I'm using won't use those helmets. So, as you can see here, we go down for, all the different styles that they could do. And these are the Legiones new box set, the Astartes Battle Group. Now, yet again, if you are starting Horus Heresy, this is a perfect pack to get. Now, I know some people would say, well, why not get the big pack? Yeah, if you get the big pack, you've got massive army off the bat, but there are certain units you will have to get. But it's not bad if this is a decent price, say roughly 60 quid, I think that would be a good price, because that would mean all that. But I've got a bad feeling, guys, this is going to be 100 or something. So, yeah, this is not a bad box set. In fact, I like the look of this set, because I mean, you get 1, 2, and 2 attack, 2 heavy squads, which looks like they got plasmas and Volkites, which is pretty good, and the Dreadnought and a tank, which is not bad. It looks good. I like the look of it. So well done. You've done something right there. But here's the pièce de résistance. We've waited to find out what a new Blood Bowl team is, and we finally found out. It's the Vampires. Now, I did say the Vampires were coming months ago, but I didn't know when it was coming, but now they're here. But this is what's interesting. Now, it's this. They're going in plastic. Brand new plastic Vampire Blood Bowl team coming to the Steam near you, and now I've added positionals and an updated Bloodlust trait. So yes, all you Vampire players who have screamed to the heavens that Animal Savage does not work with these guys, you're going to get your wish. The Bloodlust trait is coming back, but changed. changes or what? We don't know yet. What are the positionals? We don't know yet. So this is just a preview of what, is coming. So if we look at what we got here, now that's obviously the vampire. Now, I'm going to be honest with the vampire. I do like the armor decal, and the cape, but I don't like the mask. It doesn't scream vampirish. I want the vampire to be like more schnobbis. Then you've got the froze in the background. Now, if I'm guessing which one is the positional, I believe it's this gentleman here. These two. Now, why do I say that? Well, one, he has the ball, but he has a wing. So this indicates to me that we're going to have some positionals with this gentleman, him, and her. That's right. This is the first female vampire we've seen in Blood Bowl. That's right. Most of the vampires over the years have been male. This is the first female vampire. Now, we don't know if she's going to have any abilities or she's just a regular Joe, but we'll find out soon enough. And we've just got a hanging vampire there. I don't know what he's doing there. But it looks like they're going to have a couple of carriers, like dedicated ball carriers, because you can see a lot of ball carriers. But I believe this feisty female here, she looks like she's running. So could we see a couple of runners or blitzer class vampires? It's something we're going to have to really look at. I mean, we got the full-blooded vampire player force to be reckoned with, which is true. Like an elf blitzer, like an orc, and like throwing different elf. Hypnotic Gaze is still there, so we now know that there's going to be, a Hypnotic Gaze there, Bloodlusters come in, and new positionals, but this is what it also says. Shared by all of their blitzers, runners, and throwers. That's right, blitzers. We've got blitzers and runners and throwers. So we haven't some dedicated players. This is something the vampires have needed for a long while, but who are the blitzers and throwers? Well, the throwers, it looks like it's the vampires. Easy. And the blitzers, like it's the vampires. But what are the throwers going to do? We'll have to wait and see. The vampires are still afflicted by a hunger of blood. Causes violence on the average Blood Bowl game. Can whip their first in a feed pitch. Lucky the team box includes 8 throw linemen who run double duties as handy portable snacks with their battlefield urges as evidenced by their bite mark. So it looks like we're getting 8 throws in the box, and it looks like we're getting X amount of vampires, which I'm assuming is going to be 4, because you've got to have at least 11 players, so it's at least 3 minimum, 4 maximum. And we've also got the tags. So there are some good stuff. I mean, we now know the vampires are coming. We now know what's in the box set, at least. We now know we've got thralls. And we have a blitzer, a runner, and a thrower. So I'm assuming this is the blitzer because of the helmet. I'm assuming that's the blitzer. Now this guy, I think he's the runner. And that's one of the throwers or blitzers. We don't know yet. Until we get a full rundown of their rules, which I will do a video on that when it comes out. But the fact that the vampires are coming, it's going to be interesting. Now we're going to move on to the old world. Now, I know everyone has been screaming, about when is it coming out, but it's obvious that they're ramping up. They're revealing the new model, which is a Bretonian, which is the Lady Eris Dutre. Is the prophet of the Lady of the Lake. So the Lady of the Lake is finally coming. Now, this is what she looks like. And I have to say, guys, the model is stunning. I mean, look at it. It is a stunning, piece. A good, model to use for your team. If you're Bretonians. I mean, when you think about it, she does look like Gandalf, with the staff and all that. But it is a beautiful looking model. I gotta admit, it's gonna be interesting to see how well she does. I mean, if you look at her old model here, I mean, these are her old models, and they looked a bit clunky, but this one is one of their best. Now, I have always said about GW, they've always made the best models. They've always made great models, and this is a good model. And unfortunately, that's all we know of her. Unfortunately, this is the new model for the Plutonians, the Lady of the Lake. So, a powerful wizard. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens, when the whole thing comes out, because we are still waiting for the release date. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is my theory on the release date. It's either going to be next summer or Christmas. These are the only two times I think could happen. And the reason I say this is because with more and more models now being revealed and they're wrapping this up, I feel like it's just only a matter of time. And last but not least, we're going to get to the controversy, but also the biggest piece is this. Fulgrim's Ascended form. Now, I have to say, this is an absolute beautiful centerpiece model. I mean, look at it. This is what we've always wanted Fulgrim to be. So this is a Demon Primarch, and this is Fulgrim's. This is a beautiful model. I mean, look at it. Look at the detail on this. The staff, this. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful model, and if you are playing Slanesh or Emperor's Children, you got to have this model. You have no choice but to go for it. But this is where the controversy comes in, though, guys, I'm afraid. Fulgrim's Transfer will be fully playable in the games of Warhammer, the Horus Heresy. And read the bottom of this, guys. Was it his own decision, or did the player influence his mind? Let rip the plaster off now. No, this model won't be getting rules for 40k. Right. Now, if we take this at face value, that they're saying that he's not going to be in 40k, this is what the controversy I've been hearing about. When I woke up, I heard about this a bit of a controversy about Fulgrim, and this little paragraph here. Let rip off the plaster now. No, this model will not be getting rules. So basically, they're trying to tell you that he is not going to be used for 40k. So what's this to tell us? Well, it tells us a few things. One, it's similar to Horus Ascending model. Now, remember, guys, the Mortarion, Magnus, and Angron are not allowed in 30k. The big models, they're not allowed in 30k. So this indicates to me that they're going to have separate models. Now, what this tells me is these are fresh batch Demon Princes, and the 40k versions are the ones that are like evolved over the 10,000 years of servitude. Now, if this is true, that this model will, I mean, it says here it's Horus Heresy only. So basically, if this is just for Horus Heresy, what is the Fulgrim of 40k going to be? Now, we don't know what the size of it is, but obviously, by the looks of it, I mean, this is quite a big winged model. Will it be the size of Horus Lupercal, or will it be a little smaller? I don't know, but don't get me wrong, I like the look of the model. I think it looks stunning. But the fact is that it's only for Horus Heresy and not for 40k, because it says here, let's rip off the plaster now. This model won't be getting any 40k rules. I mean, this is kind of a big thing. Now, there was stuff for Warcry and Sigma, but as I've stated multiple times, I am not interested in those games. I'm not. But the fact is that now we got, Fulgrim is coming. Everybody's wanted Fulgrim, but the fact that he's not going to be used for 40k, well, this is going to end up angering a lot of people. Because, as it's stated right down here, it is stated in bold letters. So basically, this is the classic case, guys. If you think this is 40k, and anyone tells you that, read the full fine print. It's down here. Let's rip off the plaster now. No, this model will not be getting rules for 40k. And that is it for this video. What do you think? Are you happy with some of the reveals? Are you not? Are you angry that Fulgrim, this model is not going to be used for 40k? It's only for 30k? What do you think? Anyhow, leave a like and a comment down below and share this video and ring the bell as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Catch you later.